Considering Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar are parents to 19 kids, you'd think they'd have some financial struggles. Parenting is expensive, especially when you have nearly 20 mouths to feed. But the Duggars make things work, a phenomenon that many people have questions about. From the 19 kids and counting fam's vacations around the globe to their horde of private planes, Jim Bob and Michelle are definitely doing something right when it comes to their finances. So how do the lights stay on at the Duggar house? As it turns out, a lot of factors are involved in their financial success. No matter what you might think about the Duggars, you have to admit their financial predicament is fascinating. Here's the truth about how the Duggars pay for everything. High demand. Whether you agree with the Duggar family's conservative views or not, there's no denying they have a huge fan base who are willing to pay top dollar to hear Jim Bob and Michelle speak on a variety of issues. From marriage advice to raising a faith-based family, the Duggars are often booked by churches or other venues for speaking events.
We'll do this as long as you don't edit out our faith, because if you edit out our faith, you're really not telling the whole story.
Event organizers can expect to shell out up to $15,000 for the couple. And if you're wondering if the family pays their own way to these events, the answer is probably no. Worth every penny. Many celebs author books to earn some extra cash, and this family is no exception. Collectively, the Duggars have written 3 books since they first became famous in 2008. Jim Bob and Michelle have 2 books under their belts, A Love That Multiplies and the Duggars, 20 and Counting. Additionally, Jessa, Jill, Jana, and Ginger Duggar penned a book about their conservative upbringing titled Growing Up Duggar.
Everything is centered around character, so learning kindness and patience and self-control.
Although it's unclear how much money the family has earned from their book sales, it's worth noting Growing Up Duggar earned a spot on the New York Times bestsellers list. Keeping the cash flow. Throughout the years, the Duggars have experimented with online fundraisers to support their careers and personal endeavors. The family member most known to go this route is Jill's husband Derek Dillard. Dillard, who quit his job as an accountant at Walmart in June 2015, often resorts to GoFundMe to pay for his international missionary work. He wrote on his GoFundMe in November 2017, "Big news! I am currently serving through a program at my home church called the Cross Church School of Ministry. I am so excited about this incredible opportunity for further ministry development, and I would like to invite you to share in this excitement with me. I have a donations goal of $10,000. This will enable me to fulfill my specific calling to ministry this year, including trips for gospel advancement and humanitarian work in Northwest Arkansas, North America, and abroad." Although Dillard hit his funding goal, not many people were happy with his efforts. According to Radar Online, a fan said of one of his previous fundraisers, "Here we go again with asking people for money. I thought it is Derek's responsibility to provide for their family. Neither one has employment and it's getting ridiculous." Upcycling those goods. One of the Duggar family's claims to fame is that they buy everything used.
We've done it our whole lives. I mean, it's, you pass down the clothes from the oldest kid to the youngest kid, and you're saving money.
It's a safe bet that the family would be out on the streets if they didn't invest in hand-me-downs. So what does the family buy used? Just about everything, including their cars. Jim Bob told Parenting, "We've never bought a new vehicle. We've always bought used vehicles. We buy them at an auction wholesale. We can drive them for several years and turn around and get our money back out of them." As for Michelle, she's also on board with the whole buying used thing, saying, "We get our clothes at thrift shops. You can find really nice name brand stuff. Our girls love it. They will find tons of stuff." It's true that the family often frequents thrift shops, and there are tons of episodes to prove it. The family flea market. When you have 19 kids, old clothes and unwanted items can pile up quickly.
This is the first time in 24 years that we don't have a baby in diapers.
And a great solution to all the clutter is hosting garage sales and flea markets to make some bank on your old junk. Of course, the Duggar family can't host your average garage sale with a couple piles of clothes.
I have found a lot of baby clothes that I have bought for family members, and just so they can say, I've got part of the Duggars.
The family's 2013 flea market boasted bake sales, a dunking booth, and a ton of stuff to buy. Incredibly, the family earned over $2,000 just 2 hours into the huge event, as documented by TLC. But throwing a garage sale isn't just about money for the Duggars. They enjoy getting rid of stuff to stay organized. Michelle told TLC, "Decluttering is really important. For starters, I always tell the kids that if stuff comes in the house, we have to take other stuff out. We give things to friends that can use them or sell them at a yard sale. There's just not enough space for everything." That's social media influence. If you follow the Duggar family's social media accounts, you might have noticed that they often give shout-outs to various restaurants and fast food chains like Chick-fil-A. From dressing up like the chain's cow mascot to uploading shots of Chick-fil-A's food, it's clear the Duggars are big fans of this restaurant. One has to wonder, however, if their love for the restaurant and other chains they promote is motivated by cold hard cash. Some people suspect that the family has partnered with these establishments and may get a financial kickback each time they mention a partnership on Instagram. If this theory is true, it's possible that the family rakes in thousands of dollars per sponsored ad. Side hustle. Although it might be surprising to some people, the Duggars work a lot of side jobs. In fact, almost every member of the family has a gig outside of reality TV. Take John David Duggar, who dabbles in construction work and is a Washington County constable. Additionally, John David has his pilot's license, which means he can charge a fee to fly passengers around the U.S. John David's younger sister Jill also has her own career. For years, Jill has worked as a midwife to clients in the Arkansas area, a gig she often discussed on Counting On. And now that Jill is no longer part of the series, many assume she'll resume her midwife work to support her family. As for Jim Bob and Michelle's son-in-law, Austin Forsyth might be the family member with the most lucrative side gig. Austin and his dad Terry co-run a house flipping business. Wise investments. Many people don't know that Jim Bob is pretty savvy regarding real estate investments. After Jim Bob bought his first property for $65,000, he quickly learned just how profitable the real estate business could be. A friend shared on the Duggar family blog, just 30 days after purchasing the property, a real estate agent brought Jim Bob and Michelle a client who was willing to rent the property for $1,200 a month. The contract stated that the renter could buy the property in 24 months for $250,000. 2 years later, he decided to purchase the land for $250,000. This 3-acre lot that the Duggars had bought for just $65,000 had already provided a nice sum of money from the rent checks, and now they were going to receive even more. Maybe we'll be seeing Jim Bob on HGTV one day. Gettin' crafty. One of the Duggar family's money-saving tricks involves do-it-yourself projects. For instance, Jim Bob and Michelle make their own laundry detergent instead of buying it. The Duggars save a ton of money by making their own household products and other frequently used items. Not only that, but the Duggars built their massive family home instead of purchasing it off the real estate market. The Arkansas Traveler reported, the Duggars built the all-steel house from a kit, debt-free, and what began as a family project came to include the assistance of extended family from the church and dear friends. Reality TV money. Obviously, the Duggars make most of their money via good old reality TV. When 19 Kids and Counting was on the air, E! News reported that producer Terrence Michael estimated that the family brought home $25,000 to $40,000 for 4 or 5 days' work, which is roughly how long it takes to film a typical episode. When you consider that shooting schedule, the family probably earns anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 a day. That's enough for a whole lot of Chick-fil-A. Thanks for watching. Click the Nikki Swift icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out this other cool stuff we know you'll love too.